Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for the support on my last video. I really do not take it for granted, guys. Like it's really been amazing. I'm just here thinking about a lot of things in retrospect after I shot my last video, and I was just like, see guys, let's just thank God for God, because in every situation God remains God. Like my friend told me, if you want something and you don't get it, God still remains God. The fact that you don't get it doesn't mean that God has changed his position. It's still God. It still remains God. And that is what I'm holding on to, because anyways, so guys, after the breakup, I came to realize that a lot of people were going through what I was going through not at the same time, but a lot of people had gone through what I went through. Some people are still going through it, and I see some gist after. I know when Nigerians are trying to console you, they tell you stories about people that had it worse. So I heard a lot of stories, and I'm like, so what are we doing to deal with this thing? And I thought to share what I did, how I was able to deal with it. Because guys, see, let me not even quote anything, let me not even sugarcoat anything for you guys. At that point I felt like a failure. I will not even lie, because I felt like, what is in a relationship, ordinary relationship that I held for over 1 year, now it's now to marry, that was not a big deal. But at the same time, I just felt like a lot of those things, a lot of those allegations that I leveled against were not things I did. It wasn't. They were just looking for a reason. Like I said in my last video, they were just looking for a reason to carry out what they had in mind, what they've had in mind, which I don't blame them for. I mean, it's human beings. Human beings will only remain human beings. But at that point, I just felt like, sincerely, it was something I did. Maybe for no pay me that way, maybe I wouldn't have felt like a failure. But my voice is shaking. But now that it has happened, but now that I have seen the light, I mean, I can now speak from a place of, not from a place of hurt, not from a place of anger. Like my head is a bit cleared now. I'm far away from that situation right now. I've moved away from it for a long time now. So I want to share with you guys how I was able to deal with it, how I was able to move on from that, how I was able to get over it real quick. I tried getting over it, even though mentally I'm not where I want to be mentally. I still have flashes of this thing. This still come to my head. I still have conversations that I felt we should have had during when the issue was happening. But I was also shocked. I was in too much shock to process a lot of things that they were saying, and a lot of responses I should have given. So now that my brain is more calmer and settled, I'm still having flashbacks of those conversations, and I'm having full conversations in my head. So I'm not saying I'm perfectly where I want to be yet, where I'm supposed to be yet mentally, but I'm still better than I was, and I can say it for free. I can say it now that I've gotten over it. Mentally, maybe still, like I say, I have like 30% to go, but for the most part of it, I mean, I'm 70% fine. So I want to share with you guys what I did, how I was able to deal with it. Number one, family. So I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I would not even lie to you guys. Family was the biggest support I had this time. During this period, family was the biggest support. And I'm not talking about family being there to say like, no. My parents were literally came down to my level. They literally understood what is meant like to feel like a failure, to feel at something. They literally tried to understand and see things from my own perspective. When I was crying, my parents were there to cry with me. When it was just, I just want to sit down and cry. My dad especially, because my mom is not the emotional type. My dad is the emotional. My mom was literally there to cry with me, and my dad was literally there to cry with me. If I wanted to cry, he was there. If I wanted to take a walk, he was there. If I wanted to have a drive, my dad would literally drive me around. If I wanted to just have a snack, it was literally there for me every step of the way. And my mom was there to give her own emotional support in every way that she could. So family was one of the biggest, and they were giving me a lot of words of affirmation. My God, like I felt like the best child at those moments, because one thing they did was to remind me of how important I am to their lives, the things that I've achieved at my age, the things that I had gone through, the things that could have broken me but didn't end up breaking me. And it was just really, really interesting to see, because if I was to have imagined this, now maybe I didn't go through it and I was imagining it, I would have said that maybe they would have told me that yaking now, just get over it. But no, they were there with me. My parents were there. And when I mean family, it wasn't just my parents, my uncles, my aunties, even to the littlest of Ifeoluwa, my small cousin, it was there. It just comes to me, sister, you don't want to play with me. I don't want to play. You want to sleep? Yeah, let's sleep. And we just basically just lie down beside me, and we just be looking together. Then my friends, Damlola and Deku, those babes, then so your baby, Temiti, Catherine, like it was really good to have the support of people around me, for support of people. My friends were literally standing in for me, because there were some conversations I couldn't have with some of his friends, because some of his friends were busy circulating a lot of gibberish and rubbish in our class, because we both attended the same school and we're in the same class. So a lot of nonsense were already circulating, and my friends were just there to debunk everything like it's a lie, it's not true. So I'm really grateful for them. I'm really happy for them. Like, they didn't even allow me for a moment to bow my head in shame, say shame Kini, what is shame. That was the first step. Then the second step was me myself internalizing the pain. See, don't let anybody tell you don't cry. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to have a stroke, stroke. If you want to travel, travel. If you want to eat something, see, anything you feel like doing. Don't even try to suppress your emotions. Don't try to say, oh, men don't cry. Who says men don't cry? If you feel something, whatever you feel at that moment, express it. Let it flow. Just let it flow. Let yourself feel all of the emotions. Feel everything that you feel you can, that you think you need to be done. Feel everything. There was a time I went under the shower with my clothes on. I just turned on the shower. I had air on. And I was crying. I just stood there. I think I stood there for about 45 minutes. I didn't feel any pain in my legs. So it was the following morning that I started feeling pain in my legs. So that was how I felt like. That was what I felt like at that point. And although it didn't sound sensible, but I just did it. I just felt like it. And after I did that, I was a bit relieved, and I went to sleep. So whatever you think that you feel, whatever emotions that is coming to you, feel it. Except to be destructive. I'm not saying to be destructive. Don't go and be destructive. Number 3, satisfy your conscience. If you feel like what happened was your fault, and even if it's not your fault and you feel like you can still make things better, if you still apologize, you can still make things better, do it. Yes, they might call you a fool, might call you an idiot and say, why are you begging? Are you using yourself to beg man? Why are you using yourself to beg woman? But at the end of the day, one thing that gives me peace right now is the fact that I tried all my best. I did everything I could. I didn't leave any stone unturned. I don't have any regrets right now saying that maybe if I had done this, maybe it would have turned out differently. No, I did everything that I could, and that is satisfying my conscience that this thing was not my fault. Even though at that moment, I felt like it was just manipulation and they were just ganging up against me, I still apologized severally until it turned to insult, because I sent a message to one of his sisters, and the response she gave me, guys. So it's feel everything you want to feel every emotion, do everything you feel like you want to. If you want to travel to go and meet a person, travel. If you feel like seeing a person face to face, if you guys are not together like my case was, travel and see him or her. Just do everything that you feel like you need to do, just so that you can satisfy and clear your conscience. The next point, do what you love doing. One thing that is going to take your mind off it when you're trying to get over it is doing something that you enjoy doing something that you love doing. And as much as I said that I enjoyed my jobs, I enjoyed being a fashion designer, I enjoyed being a YouTuber. At those times, I think I recorded 2 videos at those times. Yeah, I recorded 2 videos those times. And I was like, see, these things, I enjoy doing these things. I enjoy being in front of the camera, I enjoy sewing clothes. And I sent a message to some of my clients that I had initially sent a message to that I was moving out of Oshobo, that guys, I'm back in Oshobo. And some of them that knew what happened, immediately they sent me clothes. Even my friends, and I told them that, see, I want to start working again. I started working. Even though it took me longer hours to be productive, I was less productive than I was on a normal day. Let's say it takes me 4 hours to make a dress. I was using like 12 hours to make a dress because I was really sluggish. I would just do small, go and sleep, do small, sit down and relax. That was basically how it was. That was basically how I was doing. But I say at the end of the day, it really made me happy to see the end product of what I was doing. And I was really excited with myself. So those little things were really making me happy. Then one day I did something funny. That day I took out a book. Then I now wrote the highlights of everything that I have done, everything that's happened to my life from when I was a child. Every achievement that I felt made me happy. Every happy point, everything that I have done that has made me proud of myself. I took a book and I wrote everything down. After writing everything, I now read through it. And after reading everything through, I was not like, so does it mean that just this one thing that happened is going to cancel all of these happy moments? I said to myself, no. Bear in mind that in all of this, I didn't have the energy to pray. I would not even lie. I would not even try to be all fanatic and all of that. I didn't have the energy to pray. I didn't see myself praying. And one of my friends was like, he's been there before because he had a similar situation and he understands that you might not feel the energy to pray. You just feel like everything has failed you. So after I wrote my achievements and everything that has made me proud in my life and all of that down that day, I started crying. I played worship songs. I worshipped and I prayed. And after praying, it was as if I was carrying a heavy stone on my head, and somebody just removed the heavy stone from my head. I felt really light. I felt really relieved, and I felt really pumped. And luckily for me, there was a program in my church that there's this quarterly program that we have. So there was a revival. It's a 3-day revival, and I felt really energized and really pumped about the program. I went to the program, and the word of the Lord came to me. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. And I was just like, God. I got to a point where I was just like, God, is it me that came to sing this program? Like, was it just me? So it was literally like, God, so you literally be waiting for me to say, Father, this is it. And at that point, I felt like God did not feel me. Like, literally, God has not failed me. God did not leave me. And I was just the one that was seeing it from a different perspective. And I was just like, so when the word of God came to me severally, and even me myself, I received some personally, and I was just like, God. And at that point, it was like from that moment I started picking myself up back, that I started getting my groove back on. I was like, see, I'm really happy, I'm content, this has happened. It's not going to happen again in the name of the Lord. But at this point, Jesutofunmi, you're moving on to the next level. And that was it. So guys, I really hope that this video has helped anyone. It might not be just a breakup failure. It might just be you trying to get something or reach a particular height, and it seems like it's not working. I hope that these points have made you, how do I say it? I hope that these points have made you feel better. I hope that if you go through these points, you get to feel better. And I really look forward to seeing positive messages from you guys. The series continues. I love you guys.